Hello, always dizzy here. A late stream today. Um, Sorry about that. Voice is a little weak today as well, so sorry about that as well. Um, yeah, not feeling great. Okay, so I'm going to start with puzzle streak of 40 before I play any games, as I always do. Yesterday was a good puzzle streak session. I'm hoping to do that again today. Let's get started. I'm a minute in here. White. This is a weird puzzle. Hmm. I guess we're just giving check and taking the pawn. Come on. Give me another puzzle. Oh, there we go. My queen will cover this square here. Black. Are we fast enough to make this happen? It's going to be close. He's actually going to queen before me, but it's... No. We just take the pawn. Do we have check here? Excuse me, queen can't take. If king takes, I think we have knight g5. Yeah, looks good. I can win its bishop. Can win his knight. I do have a reserved tempi here, so I think this should work. Yeah, because here then I have this reserved tempi. Is Is queen trapped? Looks like it. So I can take, check, and then I have a lifeline back. Usually in these cases it's taking, and because then I would have an outside pass pawn. Yeah. So after knight d6, because I'm looking at 95, queen b4, knight d6, and then I don't see what to do after that. I do have f6 after. 95, queen b4, knight d6, f6 check. Ooh, I'm going to go with that, because then we have bishop g4. Yeah, that one's underrated. It ends too soon. Yeah, annoying. So Kent, Yeah, I think I just take on b6, and then his other piece is going to be hanging. Bishop e5 wins his knight. I think maybe then rook a d1. Yeah, that's going to be tough for him. Okay. We probably have to take. And then after queen g4, we can get his knight back. And that should be good enough. I don't like that puzzle. It was dumb. Check wins his rook. No, it doesn't. tired. What am I talking about? It's check. I'm so stupid. It's check. I was right the first time. I don't know why I'm so dumb. My lord. Okay, rook h6 or rook h5. Nope. Bishop g5. Nope. That is a fork, though. Yeah, that should work. Bishop g5. And I think we're good to take the queen. I have a check, and then we can come back here. Okay. Check. Just mate in 2 here. Fork. Dead stream, eh? It is late. Pin, and then a4. Black. h5. Don't like this puzzle. You would almost think any move is good here, but oh, excuse me. I'm going to go h5. This one I'm not really calculating. I mean, possibly g4. No, I want to go h5, and we take with the king. I do not like that puzzle. Okay, check. No, it's rook h8. I had this puzzle before. That's funny. Maybe a week ago. Protects my knight. Checks don't bother me. Oh, interesting. Well, interesting. I guess we have to take the queen. That's a nice move, though. We should be able to stop things, I think. I can't afford not to take, though. So we take on g5, rook h1, and then I can just take on g2. No, I can't. Can I? Excuse me. I might have to go king f2. So queen g5, rook h1, king f2. Yeah, I'm okay there. King f2, and we're covering everything. black to move. We really only have one reasonable square, right? And then after knight d1, maybe bishop g4 or rook d8. So check, knight d1. Yeah, I'm not sure which I prefer, but they seem to be working. I think I want bishop g4. But rook d8 is looking good too. They both seem to work. Bishop g4, he might have bishop e2. I mean, it's still good for me though. The problem with rook d8 is no problem. It seems they both seem good. Rook d8 seems good, I gotta tell ya. I guess bishop g4, there's rook d4. I mean queen d4. So I am going to go rook d8. Okay. Rook c6. If he defends the rook, then I think I take, and I think I'm winning there. If he takes my rook, again, my king is too active. If he ignore, I mean, well, that's everything. So, so I think I have to take the rook now. Otherwise, if I take on g5, he takes with check, and his rook is too active. So we have to take, and then king f6. I think he's going to be too slow here. Yeah. And he's close on my a pawn, but he's going to have to move his king out of the way after. So, okay, we are black. We each have a piece hanging. Excuse me. So I think I can save the knight and attack his queen at the same time. Now he does have a check, but he'll still have two pieces under attack. But he's threatening to mate me as well. So knight f7. And then after rook e1 check. Oh, he can't even do that. So that... Okay, and then I think we just trade queens here. And then take his bishop. Now he does have a check, but it doesn't do anything. Okay, so we have a check. We also, I think this might win the rook. Check. If he doesn't want to lose the rook, he has to go to d6. And then I have check here. So we take here and we take the rook. Last one. Making good time again. Almost the same as yesterday's time. If I get it right. So his queen is under attack. I don't think he's mating me here, although he's pretty damn close. Maybe he is. I think he would have to play knight f6 check. Actually, he might have this as well. He actually is very close to mating me everywhere. Interesting. Take on d2, knight e7 check, and then it's mate. Right, we take, and then bishop f7 is mate. Wow. Wow. Oh wait, yeah, 97. And even knight f6 is the same problem. Oh wait, no, my rook protects f7. So if knight a7, rook takes e7, I'm covering f7. So if he takes on f6, then what? Then we take with the bishop. We take with the bishop. And then after bishop f7, we have king h8. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, we take this to bishop. Okay. And we're done. I'll get one wrong on purpose now. So that took me 24 minutes, which is good. That's a good time. So 22 minutes yesterday, 24 minutes today. That's pretty good. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, okay. I'm going to play a game now. Whilst talking to myself. Okay, 2027 opponent. We are white. French. Winnower. Okay, how does this go again? How does this go? I guess we take the bishop. I'm also wondering if it's queen g4 here. I think you can play either. think you can play either. I'm going to go queen g4. And how do we take here? If I take with a queen, he has knight c6. I guess I'm going to take with the pawn. And we are in some wild territory already. I think I want to take that. King f8 or g6. So if g6, probably knight f3. Yeah, I think I'll go knight f3 here. And then, do we want to give a check on b5? All of his pawns are in light squares, so okay. I think I might go to f4. No exact reason, but it's on f7. It covers the e5 square. It's not on a light square conflicting with my bishop. Oh, excuse me. And I guess I am down a pawn. Yeah, so I can give a check. Probably he would play bishop d7. No, let's go to let's put it on d3. And then if he goes knight f5, do I want to take it? Probably not. But maybe. Maybe. Yes. I don't know, because I'm kind of scared of him taking it with the h pawn, the g pawn. I might just let him keep it. Then I want a castle, put a rook on d1, and then play c4. Okay. I can take on g6 here. He walked right into this pin. I don't think he has counterplay. Like, I don't think he has, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he can. I think he just missed this. I guess I take on h5. I'm worried about knight f5, though. I'm still good there, I think. Yeah, I'll take the pawn. So knight f5. Not sure what I'm going to do. I could go, no, queen g5 drops the bishop. So queen, I guess queen g4 check. He probably wants to stay on the f7 pawn. So he would have to go to f8. But I don't, my bishop is a little, my bishop's awkward there. I don't know. Maybe I go bishop g4. I might just go bishop g4 here. Keep it simple. Okay. So I don't really need to do anything here. I might have queen g5. I think I do have queen. I think that forces a queen trade. No, it didn't. Well, yeah, it does, right? Don't know if that's what I want. But again, I don't have to do anything here. There's no threats. Is f5. I've got en passant. Maybe rook a3. That rook could slide over. Do I have knight g5? Knight g5 doesn't do anything. He just defends f7 somehow. Yeah, that's useless. Wish my bishop, my dark square bishop, could do something. Yeah, I might play. Rook a3 is so tempting. Maybe c4. Hello, Vivek. Yeah, I did it in 23 minutes, I think. And then there's bishop c6, though. Yeah, at this point, I'm just wasting time. Okay, I don't know. Let's play here. I spent like 3 minutes on this move. Okay, and take with. I'm thinking actually the bishop, because my bishop is otherwise awkwardly placed. He has rook h4, but then I have a check. So yeah, we're going to bring the bishop back. That's why I was thinking about a rook lift, because like if something like this happened, I'm already in good shape here. But anyways, I played rook fd1. I could go rook d4. Don't know if I want my rook on f4 though. Okay, let's take. And then either, do I want rook d4 or bishop? No, let's go bishop. Because I am hitting a7. But I missed that. I missed that. Damn. Damn. I might have to go b3 now. Damn. That sucks. I somehow missed knight c6. Okay, and then if he takes on d4, how do we want to take? Probably with the pawn. I'm scared of him getting his rook on c4. So if rook c8, do we want to be trading all of this? I'm actually pretty scared to do that. I actually have g3. That kicks out. Oh yeah. G3 kicks out his rook. Okay, so rook c8. Do I want to take on a7 right away or g3 right away? I think g3. Okay, he wants this pawn. Interesting. I could give him that pawn. And I think I might give him that pawn. I'm going to give him that pawn. So is bishop c6 a thing? I don't think so. So this is, my king is very safe here. My bishop is lovely. All my pawns are on dark squares. So he might have to go bishop c6. And then I might trade here. Maybe. What is that about? Is this a thing? Take check? Shouldn't be a thing. So I shall take. Seven viewers. Hello, viewers. Welcome. You guys love to lurk and not talk, eh? Quiet bunch. I can't blame you. If I watched streamers, I would not talk either. Well, it depends. If I was on my phone, I wouldn't talk. Like if I'm on my phone in bed watching something, I won't talk because I just want to watch. Hello, Lalo. If I'm on my computer, then I might talk because it's easy to type. But yeah, if I'm watching like on my phone, might be eating or something. I won't be typing on my phone. Okay, so now what? I could go bishop g2. I could push the pawn. I think I'm going to push the pawn because that's what pawns are meant for. They're meant to be pushed and promoted. So what is he going to do? Maybe this? But even if he gets f2, he still doesn't have anything. You know, my bishop is too lovely. Okay, I'm going to keep pushing. So what's he trying to do with his king? I think I'm just too safe here. Okay, I could maybe come in here. No, then I'm getting mated. Or, no, I'm actually okay with that, but... not sure which way I want to put this. So he wants to play f6 is his idea? So boom, boom. Can I push? Yeah, that might be a benefit to put it on a7 over c7. Because if I put it on c7, I can't push the pawn anymore. So that's important. It has to be a7. And getting low on the clock. So if I play b7 now, and he attacks it, I can attack his bishop, I think. I don't know. I'm getting low on the clock. I have to make a move. If he goes rook b8, then maybe rook c1. Can he put his other rook there? Ooh. Okay, rook c1, rook h8, and is this a move? He comes in here. Oh, I'm running out of time. Crap, I'm going to flag. I don't know if I can do anything with just the rooks. I think I have to finagle my way through somehow. I'm going to flag. Always flagging. God, I'm always flagging. Damn, man. I'm just so slow. I like to find good moves instead of just playing the clock. Okay, I actually don't want to do. I actually don't want to take that pawn. Take with the king. And then put the bishop here. And then here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Woo! Come on. Come on. Oh. This old man can still sometimes move quick. Sometimes. Oh my God, my heart. Oh boy. Oh man, my heart is racing. Ooh. My opponent wrote in the chat, hello, question mark, because I was moving so slow earlier. Okay, we finally got one. Pressured on the clock. Did I calculate rook takes c4? No, I didn't even look at rook takes c4. God, that sucked though. I almost lost on time again. It's so frustrating. Because, I don't know, I like to try to find good moves. And then I lose on the clock. It's just terrible time management. Okay, let's take a look at that game again. So it was a winner were French, so it was wild. Yeah, and I just couldn't remember theory here. I think either taking on b4 and queen g4 are both okay, though. And I think this is the more fun line. And, you know, even here I was considering taking on g7, but I don't think it works. Yeah, so we got this crazy line. We're down a pawn, but even though I love material, I don't know, I feel like this is just so much safer for white. We have our pieces developed, you know, and we have an open file for the rook. We have a pawn on e5. Black's king's in the center. So is our king, but we're going to have a safe place to castle, and he doesn't. Now, I'm not sure if this was a mouse slip, because he just drops a pawn. It was probably a mouse slip, right? No, because then his knight hangs. That's why he did it. So it was not a mouse slip. Because if he castles, I take the knight. So he was trying to manually put the king on g7. Yeah, I mean, he probably should have just played knight f5. I don't think I was going to take it. I was going to wait before taking it. But yeah, this just drops a pawn. And so he drops 2 pawns, but then I forget what happened. Something happened. Oh yeah, this was bad. I didn't see knight c6 somehow. Not that I can really do a whole lot differently. Yeah, this wouldn't have changed things too much anyways, I guess. And I don't think this was a good plan, because he's not going to do anything on the H file, you know. Yeah, so I took an a7. And this is just way too strong. The bishop around the king is just super, super strong. And so even though he has 3 pieces, it's not enough. It's just a bishop on, like, it's just so strong. And so, yeah, I let him play around my king and went with his passed pawn. Now, I don't know if there was a better way to have done this. And this is, I burned a lot of time around here. I burned a lot of time. Oh, maybe I had rook b1. Because then I have rook a8. No, because then he can go bishop c6. But then I have this, right? Rook b6. Right? I think I have rook b1 here. Rook b1 and then rook b6. That's too bad. That's the way to do it. Looks good, right? Yeah, I just didn't have time to look at it. But I think I had rook b1, rook b6. And then I was just really low on the clock at this point. I forget how much time I had. We'll see in a minute. And yeah, so at this point, I was just trying to secure that pawn. I didn't want to take en passant here because I don't know. I was a little worried about him freeing up his pieces too much. Plus, all of his pawns are on light squares. So that's really good for me. Even if we trade all this off, it's good for me. Yeah, and then here I'm just bringing in the bishop. Put it on c8. And this should be a win. Lalo says I had mate after king f5. Oh yeah, mate in 2 here. That's no, it's not. Is it mate? Is there a mate there? I don't know. I don't think there is. Maybe. Oh, mate and 4. I mean, come on. How much time did I have here? I had like 6 seconds. Yeah, I'm not. It's not worth investing time to look for if there may be a mate there. Yeah. So, yeah, we went for this, and yeah. So I think he didn't play this very well. I mean, I was so short on time. He could have put up a better fight. Like, why is he trading bishops here? Why? Yeah, because now it's easy. Now, I did a good job here, though, honestly. You have to give me credit, because I played this quickly. I didn't have much time here. I pre-moved everything, pretty much. I think I pre-moved most of this. So I pre-moved like 30 moves. Okay, let's look at that. What's the engine? Somebody ran it already. No, I am dumb, and I am old, but sometimes I get lucky. Yeah, I thought I was going to lose on time too. Okay, let's take a look at that. What's the engine this time? So, oh no, this is Queen G4 is not good, I guess, or at least it's not optimal. It wants to take on B4. I don't know how accurate that is, though. It looks pretty accurate. But it worked. He didn't even play the best move here. You know, best move is Bishop F8. Who's playing that? I guess also good is Bishop takes C3. So Queen G4 is not optimal, but I don't know. Again, I don't know how accurate that is. If I check my, okay, let's check my repertoire. So first of all, I just have to update my opening thing. So let me do that, and then I'll load it up. This is the position that I was running earlier in the day, so I'm just updating it, and then I'll load up the position from the game here. Because I thought Queen G4 there was not bad. One second here, cross-referencing. Okay, so yeah, but it doesn't like that, eh? No, it's 94. Okay. Give me a second. I mean, it doesn't matter what your rating is. You can play in any tournament. I mean, you can play in tournaments at any rating. Okay, so where was I here? So I'm going to load up the WinWare here. Okay, so did he play C5 there? Yeah, he played C5. And then he took here, right? Okay, so I guess, I guess A takes is the best move here. Queen G4 is, yeah, not as good. So I ran this before for only 5 minutes. Yeah, because it's a pretty clear difference. Okay, so I guess A takes is better. I'll turn that off. Okay, so I'm going back to the game. Queen G4 is still good, but not optimal. But yeah, 2100 Lichess, it depends where you are and everything, but as a general idea for FIDE, that's probably about 1600, say 1600 FIDE. Okay, so Queen G4, yeah, D takes. Yeah, so this was all good, and I'm just completely winning here. It's like +4. And then it didn't like the queen trade. I wasn't sure about it, but I was. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't sure. I was thinking Rook D4, but then I got scared of Knight C6 a little bit. Well, classical is not speed chess. I mean, classical is not that far from over the board tournament chess. And classical is the hardest time control online by far. Okay, so rook d4. Yeah, I don't know. I was slightly concerned of, and then knight c6. I don't know. I thought the rook might be a little bit misplaced here or something. Apparently we can take on d5. Oh my god, tactics. Okay. It didn't really matter though. This was not a huge difference. You saw bishop d5. Good job. I didn't. So it did not like bishop d4. Yeah, because I didn't see knight c6. So c4. I guess we have an x-ray on d7. And if rook takes again, oh my god, again. Oh my god. Okay, so I should have seen this collinearity. But I mean, it doesn't, I mean, this is nitpicking. And then, yeah, this was all good. And yeah, I'm just curious about the my rook b1 idea here. Yeah, rook b1 is the best move. Yeah, but this is still winning, of course. Yeah, nothing else to really look at. Okay, let's play another game. Time for a loss. It's always time for a loss. 22-14 opponent from Sudan with an 1100 bullet. That honestly makes me a little bit nervous. I mean, he's got a lot of games played, but I don't know, the bullet is freaking me out. He was 800 bullet in July and even October of this year, or of last year. I'm dodging. I don't know. That just makes me nervous. I mean, it could be anything. You know, the guy could be 80 years old. Oh, you can't see it here. How come you can't see it? I'll show it like this then. But the guy could be 80 years old. He could be on a bad connection. He could have a terrible mouse. There's a lot of reasons, but it makes me a little bit nervous. 1100 bullet and then 2200 rapid. I mean, that's a big discrepancy. Even if you're 80 years old, I don't know. I think even if you're 80, shouldn't you be higher than 1100? I don't know. Maybe not. 80 is pretty old, but I don't know. I don't want to take the risk. So I'll play another guy. You know, it's not like he's 1600 bullet. He's 1100. Okay, we have 2074. Opponent, not many games played. I'm actually going to dodge this one too. Stop making new accounts. I'm picky who I play, but I don't want brand new accounts. Okay, there we go. 20,000 games, 4 years old. This is what we want. So lately I've been playing the Exchange Roy, but today I won't. I'm assuming that's a mouse slip, but you never know. So now would it be worth taking? Okay, I'm just going to minimize chat. It's scrolling, which I like to see. I like to see an active chat, but it's making me, I'm getting distracted. I don't think I want to take. So I think I'm just going to castle here. Now, even if this was a mouse slip, it burned like 40 seconds of my time. So it's actually not that bad because 40 seconds is a lot in a 10-minute game, right? That's 5% of my starting time. Now that I've castled, I think taking on c6, like if he doesn't play bishop b7, if he just plays a random move, I think this is a renewed threat, because if I take on e5 after queen d4, okay, so he comes back. Yeah, well, we obviously go back to b3. So he's just going to play a tempo down. Not the worst idea, and very psychologically hard to do that. Seriously, like that's very difficult to do, because it was probably a mouse slip, and then to just play on as to play b5, that's very psychologically hard to do. I don't know if I could have done that. I don't think I would have. It's just so hard to do that. Okay, so he's just black is simply playing a tempo down. He's taking his time here. I'm not sure why. It's kind of funny. There's somebody watching the game. I'm going to turn chat on again because he's moving slow. Somebody in the game named Roy Lopez. I don't know if that's one of you guys. But yeah, there's somebody watching this named Roy Lopez. If I do this, can you see it? No. I need to make a screen where you can see my full screen. Okay, so I'm just a tempo up, and I'm kind of confused that I'm a tempo up. It's kind of messing with me. I think I am going to defend that. And so c3, there's bishop g4. I don't know how I feel about that. a4 here might be good too. I'm going to go a4. And then if b4, he doesn't. I'm not sure if I want to take. So I like that he put his bishop here, though, because now I don't have to worry about this pin. Do I have d4? And do I want d4? I might actually have knight g5, believe it or not. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, I'm not home. It seems like something a little kid would play, but it seems like it works. The only thing he can do, I think, is d5. And then I take on d5. I assume knight takes d5. Now my knight is under attack here. And I guess he's okay there, right? Knight g5, d5. It's kind of funny he's just still fine there. ed. Knight takes d5. Okay, so what if I take here first? And then rook takes. Now if queen takes and then knight g5, things might be a little different now. Because now if d5, I can take. So if I take on b5, a, b, and if he takes with the bishop, that doesn't help me. Knight g5, d5, takes. I might have queen f3. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Bishop a8. Yeah, knight g5, d5, ed. Knight takes d5. I wonder if I have d4 there. No, d3. I don't think it works, to be honest. So after all that, I'm going to play c3, which I don't think is right. Or what I mean by that is, I'm not sure. I kind of chickened out with the whole knight g5. Yeah, now I can't play it anymore. But now we just attack the center. So what do you guys think? Do you think knight g5 worked? I don't think it worked. One person thinks it was working. Okay, so often this c6 knight can get into some trouble. Okay, I think I'm going to go a5 just to congest him a little bit. We might even have bishop a4, queen c2. I don't think knight f7 worked. Yeah, so queen c2, maybe rook c1. I'm really running low on time here. d5. I know it's bad for a few reasons, but I'm trying to get after this b4 pawn. I think it's premature. How about we just attack? I need this knight out. This knight has to get out. And then I don't know if I want it on g3. Maybe put it to f5. I don't think it does a whole lot in c4. So yeah, let's continue with this transfer. Really played this slow, hey? I could put it here too, but no, let's put it on g3. And I've not forgotten about this pawn because d5, like bishop d2, d5, you know. I guess he might have c5. I have en passant. That doesn't seem so good. He wants to put, is this something? This is a little weak again. This looks so, we gotta go there, right? You just have to go there. I don't have an exact plan. This is called I call it a Kasparov knight. Because I think Kasparov once said a knight like on these squares here are worth like 5 points. It's like so strong. So bishop f8. There's a lot of moves that almost work. But I think I'm actually going to focus around here. Okay, so bishop f6. We could start with a pin. I actually like that pin. I'm going to do it because it's not so easy to handle. This is a serious pin. I think he has to go rook f8. And then I still play d6, maybe. Okay. So, or maybe I attack this first. Or maybe rook c. Yeah, because where's he going here, right? Here? I don't know. But I'm going queen c2. I got to play quicker now. So knight b8. Hello, Ryan. How goes it? 10 viewers. Nice to see some viewers. Yeah, so knight b8. Okay, maybe d5. I could also maybe take Too many options. What, can I take? Okay, I'm going to take, I don't know. Okay, so there's bishop c6. I think I like bishop c6. I don't know if I want to trade that off though. Okay, here, no, okay, we're gonna go here. So we'll pre-move the recapture. If knight g5, I think I will take on g5. Or there's possibly d5 there, which is interesting. Because if knight f3, I have queen f3. Yeah, but after bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, no, we're going to take, oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough choice. Okay, we're going to take though. And I can win a pawn here. Depends what he does. I'm going to take because his bishop's active, mine's not. So if he takes with a queen, I can take on c7. He doesn't though. He's playing very well. We're going to crack this open because our rook is lined up with his queen. He's playing very, very well though. So queen d6. I think I can still take. Queen d8. I'm taking on c7. He doesn't have really many good options here. Wow. Okay. Okay. Just got to make a move. I'm still low on the clock. So brave move that he played. Yeah, he's just playing so well. He's not giving me anything. Okay. So it's equal material. I have the initiative. And he has a weak pawn here, but I have no time. But yeah, he's like a pretzel. His position is very awkward for him. I could take. I think I can take. Right? He can't take with the queen, so he's got to defend, and he resigns. I don't know if he should have resigned. I mean, white should be winning here, but I don't know if it's resigns. I'm not sure if I would take on e8 here. Take. Yeah, maybe I would take on c7. I'm not sure though. It's yeah. Because then he could take and then take here. It's still work. I don't think he should have resigned. I don't know if I would take here or push. Maybe I would trade rooks. Take. And then, yeah, no, I think I would trade rooks here. 12 viewers, by the way. Yeah, so I might take on e8. He has to recapture, trade again, take on c7, and then rook c1. And then he has to go rook c8, and then I can go like rook c5, maybe even rook b6, and then I bring in the king. That's what I would do to simplify. So let's look at that with the engine. Now I feel a little bad because it was, he probably most slipped early on. When he played b6, and credit to him for playing b5, because again, psychologically, that's so hard to do. And I'm sure I didn't capitalize on it as much as I could have. Yeah, computer is recommending d4 here. I'm too chicken. I'm too chicken for that. And so here, it actually wanted bishop g5 right away. But I forget if I looked at it on this move, looked at it at this move or a different move. Oh, so whoever said knight f7 was right. Oh my God, I guess you could, eh? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I guess it does play like a fried liver. Oh my God. I think it was Lalo that said it. That's so weird. You could, okay. I don't know. I didn't consider that. I just didn't, I don't know. I didn't think I could ever do fried liver anymore. That's funny. But I don't think I looked at knight g5 yet. I think I looked at it here. I think I looked at it on this move. And it is the best move, but then I wasn't sure about d5 takes. So taking, I guess it was queen h5, which I also didn't consider. But there's also queen f3. And I didn't consider that either. I was only looking. Actually, I'm not sure if it was this move. Was it this move that I was thinking about knight g5? I think it was. But yeah, I guess I should have done it. I don't know. Somehow I didn't see the continuation here. Vivek wants me to check. Bishop takes h6 after bishop f6. Okay, I'll try to remember to do that. Yeah, so I had queen h5, I had knight f7, just everything was working. So I should have played knight g5 apparently. Yeah, I chickened out. And then this was all good. So it did like c3 as the best move. Wait, sorry, this is the wrong line. What am I talking about? So here, so sorry, c3. So yeah, it still wanted knight g5. And if not knight g5, it wants to take on a8. And then knight c3. Okay. But yeah, this was all good. It liked my knight transfer. Oh, here Vivek wants me to look at bishop takes h6 here. Doesn't work. Yeah, it's not good. It's saying knight e7. So it doesn't want to recapture. Knight e7. That's a hard move to see. You know, it's an intermezzo. Very hard move to find because you assume the recapture, right? Yeah. It's still good for white, but not nearly, it's not in the top 5. Okay, so this was all good. And then I'm losing some of my advantage. It wants me to take with the bishop. That's interesting. It doesn't so bishop is the only winning move here. Bishop takes g5. I don't really understand why. Why is bishop g5 good here and not knight g5? Because he can take it. Because he can take with the pawn, and apparently this is equal now. Is it because my bishop now has less scope? That's interesting. And if he takes with the h-pawn, yeah, we have e5. I understand that, but that's interesting. It prefers the knight over the bishop. Interesting. So he was actually fine here, and then he just blundered with g6. Yeah, so he had to play queen d8. And then the best way to convert this... I guess everything is good. Anything is good here. So, okay, I'll play another one. 2114 opponent. New account, or at least a new rapid. It's new. He only has 40 games played. Here we go. 4,000 games. That's what we want. Dutch. London Dutch. Ooh, H4. So I don't really know how to play against the London because no one ever does it against me. But I think we just ignore everything and you just play against it normal. I don't think you do like and the H pawn, like you just ignore it. It doesn't change anything. That's what I believe anyways. And you just literally completely ignore it. You just play a normal Dutch against all this. Even the castling. You just ignore it. It doesn't... Anyway, this is my early observations, what I know of it so far. Is that the computer just ignores it. It deems it as not dangerous. And then you just play a normal setup against it. Okay, so now, do we want to go d6 or b6? That's the $1 million question. If I go d6, he has b4. So because of that, I want to play b6 here. Because my bishop covers b4. If I play d6, it covers that. It blocks my bishop. So he wants this. So now we play a5 to stop b4. And now bishop b7. Knight b5. Then I think I have d6. Okay, he's playing very quick. I think knight e4. So the idea here in the Dutch is basically just to trade pieces. Now, do we take with the bishop or the pawn? Oh, that's a tough one. I think both is okay. Either is okay. I think you can even sack the rook in a lot of cases. Okay, I'm going to take with the bishop though. Partly because he has a pawn on h4. Meaning, if the knight moves, I can take on h4. So he moves it because he's watching my stream. No. Yeah, okay, so... So now I might want to fight for e5. So maybe like d6, e5. I mean, he's got that pretty under like lock and key. Still might want to play d6, so. Okay, let's play d6. He's so quick. Mr. Quick guy. So if I play knight c6, that helps me play e5. Right? So the only thing I need to worry about, I think, is d5. But I don't like d5. I just don't. There might be h6. But I don't want to do that either. Knight d7? Maybe knight d7, because it achieves the same idea as knight c6, and I can play e5. Knight d7, e5? No, bishop f6. Okay, let's go knight d7. Normally I put it on c6. That's normally what you do in the Dutch. But also, the pawn is not often... Well, it is often on a5, but sometimes it's not on a5. And then the knight is happier on c6 because the knight can go to a5 and is happy there. But yeah. Now I don't want to play knight f6. I've done this many times and The problem is knight g5 is a bit of a pain because it hits e6. We can defend e6 there, but it's typically a pain in the butt. So I think we're going to keep the knight here, and we're going to play bishop f6 and then try for e5. That's the dream. So for example, if it was my move here, yeah, I might go bishop f6. And like if he plays rook d1, can I go e5? No. Okay. So this is a tough decision. I actually think I'm okay if I take that knight and then play h6, king h7. But it's obviously dangerous, you know. It also lets me play e5 though. I might do it just for e5. Take e5, right? That's all I wanted. Yeah, it's a dangerous knight to take though. I'm going to take it. Yeah, because the knight is just it's covering e5, and I want e5. Me. Okay, so e5. I don't think he wants to take. Right? So I think he wants to bring it back. And then I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I want e5. That's all I know. That's all I know. Because that's what the Dutch is all about, is e5. That's all I know. So bishop h2. I think we want to go here because his pawns are a sucking. But then I get rid of my lovely e5 pawn. But still, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, because I like my e5 pawn. Yeah, that's good. I got to make a decision here if I want this. Plus, he might have stuff like e4. Do I take that? That's a tough question. This knight sucks. I don't know. What about knight f6? I know it drops a pawn. There's, yeah, bishop f6 drops a pawn too. Okay, I guess I'm taking that. Okay, he took. So bishop g5 lets him block with the bishop. Although he's probably coming in here anyways. So I could trade these, which is interesting. Maybe I'll do that. Do I worry about f4? Not really. I'm actually going to trade these. Somehow I gave myself a heart attack for some reason. I don't know. I thought he could take it for a second. I don't know why I thought that. Yeah, so bishop f4, I am going to take. And I'll be happy to keep trading pieces because the pawns afterwards favor me, right? I have the better pawns. Now, what's scary for me is the semi-open G file. That's what's scary. And he has a bishop pair. But long term, this is good for black. Just because of the pawns. So, so if we keep trading, the more we trade, the better for me. I might give a check just to stop him from castling. Could do it with either piece. He is hitting f5. And my knight sucks, though. There's no question about that. Yeah, the rook check just puts another piece off this pawn. So I might go queen f6. It lets him castle, but okay, I'm gonna go queen f6. He might go king d2. I actually think that might be what he does here. No, he castles. Okay, I want to open up lines. I'm scared of stuff. I'm scared of stuff. But fortunately, these pawns really hinder him. Okay, so my knight is just garbage. c5, what does that do? If he takes, my knight can start to come in. I know I have this weak pawn, but at least my knight is strong. If he pushes, my knight is great still. Okay, I'm a little bit low on the clock. I'm going to play c5. It is scary, you know, because again, he just moves this and he's on this twice, but I don't know. At least my knight is active. I have to get the knight into the game. It can't just passively sit here. Man, you chatters are a quiet bunch. But then sometimes you got a splurge of energy. So I could still take and improve my knight, but then he's on this, right? Okay. So what about b5? No. I mean, I could possibly sack that just to open up lines to his king. That would be pretty wild if I did that. How about we put a rook here? Oh, so take. Yeah. I guess I could defend that. That's passive though. Bing. Bang. Bing. Yeah, I mean I could do this. Okay, let's play it for now. Oh, he's going to come in here. Oh god. Push. Take? That's what I was thinking before. And then I could like come in here. Okay, let's actually take that. It's interesting. So if he takes with the queen, I don't know. Do I trade? Yeah, we will trade. And so just a matter of time. I think I want to, I'm gonna go here. I'll trade a pawn for a pawn because this is a weak pawn. Okay. I'm giving him a good pawn though. I can't defend. I can defend it, but not. Can I defend it for how long? I can't defend it forever. Can I actually push? That's dangerous. Okay, we're going to defend. Yeah, I can't defend it forever because boom, and then he's got boom because my rook is going to go boom. But I only have 58 seconds here. It was an interesting game. The opening was fun and interesting, so I won't mind losing. That's why I burned all my time because the opening was too interesting to me. Okay. Yeah, he's better here. His pawns are better. His pawns are way better. Yeah, it was a tough game. Tough game. But he played well. So I don't have anything, he can do a million different things. This is just completely winning for white. Completely winning. He's got a pawn here. Everything is winning. He's just deciding the best way to win because he's got so many options. Yeah, okay, so he goes that way. Well, we might as well come in and let's just go here because there's something. And we could go there, but then there's a fork. There's a king fork. So we got to pass pawn. And we'll go here just because it's a move. Actually, yeah, that's okay. And we need a miracle. He basically needs to mouse slip or slip on like a bar of soap. And that's all we can really hope for here. Especially with my clock situation. You should probably just attack I just dropped my knight, by the way. So, yeah. I'm not going to analyze that one. I'm just going to play another one. I thought that one was a little bit too one-sided to want to analyze. I'll analyze it on my own, but it was a little too one-sided for me to want to analyze right now. So, playing a 2238. He's 2261 on blitz and 2271 on bullet. So this is going to be a hard game. This is what's it called? Saragossa. And now I have to remember, I think we don't take. Yeah, I can't remember. Wait. We either take or we don't take. Obviously. But which is it? And do we take twice? I'm trying to remember. I don't think I take. Or do I? Because if I don't, then he's going to take me. I think I might take once. I think I take once. I can't remember. And then knight f6. Did d4? I might have just lost. So I just can't remember if I take or not. I just can't remember. Okay. So if e5, knight d5 is c4 a move, and then knight c7. He actually has b6 here. Look at that. No, I can take because my knight covers a8. It's still very dangerous though for me to go into that. Yeah, e5, knight d5, c4, knight c7, b6. I can take. He's going for it. He might. I don't know if bishop f4 is a thing. Yeah, he goes for that. So maybe knight b6. Check. Takes, check. I think I'm okay there. I'm considering e6 as well, but we're going to play this. Okay, and then maybe d5. Or should I play e6? Let's go e6. Because I can always play d5 after. This seems safer. So far I'm surviving. And we can give a check, which does nothing. So let's just go bishop e7. And castle. Okay, so far, so good. We are alive. Kind of. Our bishop sucks. I say our bishop so that if I lose, I can blame it on you guys. Okay, so d5 now. Yeah, we need to break free. We need some breathing room. Our bishop needs life. Our bishop needs life. Okay. So this could maybe become weak. Let's just go bishop d7. There's one piece under attack, and then rook c8 eventually. Okay. Well, g3 dominates my knight, so it's not so bad, I don't think. I don't know. Okay. Ooh, a sub. Thank you for the sub, Bruno. Just wondering about a6, right? Because I'm threatening bishop b5. So if he takes on a6, I guess I don't like that. Queen c7, maybe. Yeah, I'm congested here. I'm very congested. Wow, there's almost tactics where I can then go bishop b. Yeah, like if I go, could I do this? Could I go queen e8? There's knight a6, but then I can still take after. Okay, that's interesting, right? Queen e8, c4. And I'm winning a pawn, right? Am I not? Takes. I think I can do this. Why not? Yeah, we just remove the defense. Oh my god, that's so unfair. Okay, so if he takes, then I have to go knight to e7. Or do I? Because I'm on his, I'm going to skewer him. We're going to skewer each other. He can win a pawn at the end, maybe. I'm going to play it, though. I'm a little low in the clock. Wait a second. No, it might not work because he has f6. So take on on b5, and then c4. No, I think it still works. I think it works. I think I win a pawn. I think I win a pawn here. Come on, 2238. Don't tell me I'm going to outcalculate you. I'm just an old man, short on time. Surely I didn't outcalculate you. Okay, so I could play knight e7, or I could take his rook. This is kind of a bad bishop for me. That's also a bad bishop for him. I'm probably overthinking this now. So take. Okay, let's just take. And then I'm going to take his bishop because, well, what am I going to do with mine? Yeah, so knight e7. So I won a pawn there, but this is uncomfortable. And now we get the bishop pair. Remove his bishop pair. Wait a second. What even happened here? Oh yeah, because I wasn't expecting it. So I'm actually up the exchange and a pawn. Because he didn't take on f8. He should have taken on f8. Yeah, and we will take that because that's just annoying. And now we will not do that. So we will go knight c6. Maybe here. Okay, let's do this. And then queen e7. So queen e7 forces the trade. No, it doesn't quite force it. Because he's got queen c1. Oh, shit. He got his pawn back. He dropped his queen. Oh, my God. Not a quality game. But, you know, even without that, he's down the exchange. You know. He was already down. I mean, he was already losing. Not a good game by 22-38. But that's how it is. It's strange. The ratings are strange. Like from 2000 to 2250. It's weird. I actually find a lot of the 2200s to not be so good, but then a lot of the 2000s are really strong. It's very inconsistent. The ratings don't really make sense from 2000 to 2200. They don't make sense. I actually think 2100s are kind of consistent, but yeah, 2000s and 2200s, they're not consistent. You never know what you're going to get with them. Okay, so, but I couldn't remember. I can't remember this. It's called like this I think it's Saratoga or Saratosa. I think it's Saratosa variation. And then I can never remember if I take or not. I think I do take once. I think I did it correctly. Yeah, so I burned a lot of time here. So if c4, I was going to go knight c7. And then if b6, I can just take. And no, I'll never play you because you're always watching my stream. So, okay, so e6. And I think black is already fine here, if not slightly better. Yeah, g3 was a little strange. But it does dominate my knight. I almost think that h4 is actually kind of interesting because h4, h5 is interesting. Yeah, so I just wanted room for my bishop. Now, you could argue that that cuts the square away from my bishop, but I just wanted room, period. I needed some room to maneuver. And not sure about c3. Takes the square away from his knight, creates a backward pawn. So that was kind of a strange move. I don't think this is a good move. And then, yeah, just queen e8, just very caveman approach. I see a weak pawn, so you just attack it because he doesn't have a good way to defend it. I wonder if he could play rook a5. Actually, rook a5, I didn't really take that seriously, but I think it's a serious move. If he gets his other rook here, I'm in some trouble. Then again, I have bishop d8. But then he has bishop c3. Yeah, so he might have had rook a5 here. Then I might have to play f6 or something. Or, yeah, I'm not sure. But rook e5 might have been okay for white. But yeah, I just took and, yeah, calculated this all out. And I think he needed to have taken my rook. And I'm just winning a pawn here. So I would have taken his bishop. Then he takes my bishop. And I'm just up a pawn here and I have an open file to play with. But then, yeah, he blundered the exchange, and so he's down a pawn and the exchange. Then I'm trading down at the same time, and I did miss his threat here. I totally missed h7, but it didn't really matter. I'm already up the exchange. Yeah, but probably I should play h6 here. Wait, is this a problem? Yeah, that's a problem. So I have to play g6. F5 if I had to might work as well. Not as good, but playable. I think it's playable. Not nearly as good though. Wait a second. No, it doesn't work at all. Yeah, I think g6 is the only move. And then he just blundered the queen. But again, had he not done that, black is still winning here. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. So what's it called? No, it's not the Sera. Why did I think it was the Ceratosa? Why did I think that? It's the Mengarini. The Mengarini. I don't know why it's not Ceratosa. Ceratosa, isn't the Ceratosa C3? That's Saragossa. I don't know. I mixed it up with the Saragossa, which has nothing in common with. So do we take? I'll have to check my repertoire. I think it's knight f6 right away. I don't think I am supposed to take. You can take, but I don't think that's what I normally play. And then it actually wants me to take this now. Really? So I don't know. I need to brush up on this, obviously. Yeah, so it does not like this for black. White's winning here. Yeah, it's just +3. So this was a blunder. It wants h4 or c4. Yeah, so c4 I was going to go to c7. But it just loves it. The computer's salivating over all of the space for white. These aren't weak enough because there's just too many connected, I guess. So this is just like a terrible, terrible Alekhine. So he misplayed it and I misplayed it. And yeah. Have I played the G6 line? No, I normally play. I'll show you in a second. Yeah, so this is a blunder because I just trade and I'm just winning here. Well, winning is strong, but black has a big advantage here. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll show you what I normally do. So against b4, yeah, I don't take. Yeah, taking is not good at all. I always forget. So knight f6, and then if b4, then we just hop the knights around. So I don't take. I'm going to run this one again, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 lines. Whoops. Okay, I'll run that for 3 hours. Yeah, so taking is no bueno. It's playable. It's equal, but Other moves are slightly better. I'm actually going to run 10 lines because I'm crazy. Start that over. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end it there because it's nice to end on a win. So overall, a decent stream. I did Puzzle Streak in 22, 23 minutes. And yesterday I did it in 22 or 23 minutes. So been doing better on that front. And then for the games, so I played 5 games. I won the first game. And then I aborted this game. So I played 4 games. And then the second game I won as well. And then the third game was that the Dutch? Yeah, that was the Dutch. Unfortunately, I lost that one. That was kind of annoying to lose, I have to admit. I didn't analyze that one. And then I won the third game. So, or the fourth game. So 3 out of 4 is not too bad. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow because it's chess club night. So probably not. Probably a 30% chance I stream tomorrow. We'll see. I've been considering filming at the chess club, like filming the over the board play. I'm kind of nervous to do that for a few reasons though. So probably I won't do that. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. I'll be back either tomorrow or the day after. Take it easy. I'll see you soon.